Welcome to the entire history of Clash of Magic. Clash of Clans was originally called Project Magic, and I do have some concept art on your screen. I'll continue to share some of this throughout the video. Supercell released Clash of Clans on August the 2nd, 2012, and it was only on iOS. This is actually the reason I purchased an iPod Touch way back in the day. The maximum Town Hall level was Town Hall 8 back then, and I will be showing you footage throughout the years of Clash. Looked pretty different, didn't it? You could even sell buildings back then, including your defenses. Updates were rapid at that time. Just 1 month after release, so September 2012, we'd already had the Hidden Tesla added, replays added, spells, the Rage, Heal, and Lightning spell. Then in October, we had a new Town Hall level, Town Hall 9, bringing the Expo and the Jump spell. Get this, the update also changed that if someone destroyed your army camps, the troops inside were no longer destroyed with them. So prior to that, for 2 months of Clash of Clans, if someone 3-starred your base, you had to recoup your entire army. I'm glad I didn't play Clash of Clans back then. It was also time for the first limited edition event in Clash of Clans, being Halloween. There was another one for Christmas. Obviously, we get a limited edition Christmas tree every year. I've done other videos on the limited edition events, troops, and items, which I will link you to at the end. Before moving to 2013, the last thing I want to share with you from 2012, in December, they changed it so that defending clan castle troops could jump over walls. So prior to this, if your defending troops were lured and your clan castle was enclosed in a compartment, they would just stand there and do nothing. I guess unless they were ranged troops, but still, can you imagine? 2013 started with a bang. Heroes were added to the game, the King and Queen. With Town Hall 9 being the highest level, this meant that heroes only went up to level 30 when they were first released, and they didn't have abilities either. This was when Dark Elixir was added to the game, and 1 month later we had leaderboards. We also had 3 new troops, the Minion, the which would attack anything back then, and the Valkyrie. This was therefore the introduction of Dark Elixir troops. Fast forward 10 years, and I guess now they're just called Dark Troops, since they don't cost anything now. However, in April, we had another new troop in that of the Golem, as well as leagues. So before this, the Bronze, Silver, Gold League, they weren't a thing. This is when I started playing Clash of Clans, because I remember leagues being in the game, but I also remember the release of Town Hall 10, which came in May of 2013. Just think about how quick updates were released back then. We're not even 1 year into the lifespan of Clash of Clans, and we've already had 2 new Town Hall levels, new troops, new heroes. Wow. Obviously, with the release of Town Hall 10, the Inferno Tower was added, but fun fact, it was only a single target back then. There was no multi-mode. The only way to overcome it was the Lightning spell to reset it. However, 1 month later, in June, they added the Freeze spell, which was definitely helpful. Keeping up with the rapid updates, the Witch was released in July, and this was broken when it was first released. You could 3-star bases left and right, the skeletons would actually trigger traps, and the witches had a greater range. So you could just spam all of your witches in the corner and 3-star. Much like we do in the builder base with the Night Witch, I guess. In August, this seen the Hog Rider switched to be a defense targeting troop, and we also had player profiles to show off to our friends. Just a month later, the Village Edit mode was integrated into Clash of Clans, which was a very welcome change. In October, Clash of Clans was finally released on Android. And then the fun facts continue, because traps were upgradable in November of 2013. Prior to that, you built a trap and you got what you got. For December of 2013, Clash of Clans allowed us to keep our villagers warm over the winter, adding the multi-mode to the Inferno Tower and also giving us an extra level. Alongside this, we had limited edition items for Christmas, which again, I'll link you to at the end of the video. 2014, picking up the pace a little bit. This was a revolutionary year for Clash of Clans. At the start, in January, the heroes received their abilities. So for an entire year, heroes were just heroes. Now you had their ability unlocked at level level 5. This seemed like a small update, but in March, this was when Clan Wars was released. And clans could finally clash. After nearly 2 years of the game being available, we could finally battle as a clan. The next 2 updates were geared towards giving a better clan war experience. So just 1 month later, we received the ability to have a different war base than a farming base in the layout editor. And then in July, the heroes became much smarter. Prior to this, you could actually trigger a hero via, let's say, one hog rider and lure it to the edge of the map, just like you can when you're luring the clan castle. What it meant, many people can reminisce with me, you could just trigger the barbarian king and the archer queen with 2 hog riders, lure the clan castle with another, pull them all to the edge of the map, and then just spam hog riders in to destroy the base. Fun times. In September, we had the Lava Hound introduced, and I remember back then, nobody thought it was useful. Everybody hated the Lava Hound until after a few months, we started figuring out we could control the pathing of it, send the balloons in, and Lava Loon was born. The rest of 2014 was relatively small. In October, we received the Skeleton Trap, and in December, this is when we could finally save more than 1 village, so we could have multiple farming bases, multiple war bases. Again, I can't even imagine playing Clash of Clans now without them. 2015, the first update was in February. We received Clan XP, being able to level up your clan, donate troops faster. Whilst this was really cool at the time, I almost feel it's problematic now because a lot of clans are established, so it's really hard to set up a clan and recruit when you don't have those perks. I hope they come up with a solution for that. Swiftly moving along, in April, we received the Air Sweeper. Now, if you had have asked me what came first, the Air Sweeper or the Poison Spell, I would have said the Poison Spell. I feel like it's been around for a long time, but actually this was released in July of 2015 alongside other dark spells of the Earthquake and Haste spell. Maybe I should make some sort of Clash of Clans quiz video, that would be fun. But this is also when Titan League and Legend League was released. Fun fact, this is when I started my YouTube channel. What is up, guys? Judo Sloth here. Titan League was released, I decided to do a trophy push, and welcome to this series on my final push to Titan. And document it along the way because I'd already been sharing some guide videos with my clan mates. How my videos have improved since then just shows you if you stick with something, you can make it happen. Seems like the updates were slowing down a bit at this point, and you will see why. In September, all we received was some reworks of spells and a tiebreaker in Clan Wars. But in December, Town Hall 11 was dropped. It was revealed at ClashCon, where we seen early footage before the Eagle Artillery even had a name, and it did a single strike. Honestly, I think that looks way cooler than what the Eagle Artillery looks now, but I guess it was overpowered, so they made it 3 strikes rather than 1 solid blast. 2016 started pretty good for us clashers. We received the star bonus, loot cart, and treasury. They also added 3x damage from the Eagle Artillery to the golem, and there was already other special rules in the game. For example, the Tesla doing double damage against the P.E.K.K.A, not being able to heal through Inferno towers, and it's funny that in a couple of years they ended up removing all of these. March of 2016, we received the Bowler as a new troop. They also decreased the battle timer back down from 3 minutes 30 to 3 minutes, and made it so that troops wouldn't just stand static inside a poison spell. They would now start to move out of the poison. It was just way too easy prior to that. In May, 2 new troops were released. Anybody watching this video will have a head start if I do make a Clash of Clans quiz video, because the Baby Dragon and the Miner were released at the exact same time. Would you have knew that if I asked which one was released first? I probably wouldn't. On top of this, we received the Clone Spell, the Skeleton Spell, and Friendly Challenges. So that was actually a pretty big update. October of 2016, we had the introduction of the Bomb Tower at Town Hall 8. So it's really cool to see the defenses adding to the lower Town Hall levels as well. And this was the first time I was featured on a live stream, the ground versus air live stream in Finland. Really cool experience to visit Supercell, meet other clashers, other YouTubers, something I will always remember. You could get a lot of gems if you cut out all these trees. Wrapping up 2016, new hero levels, so the King and Queen could be upgraded to level 45, and the events tab was first introduced to the game. 2017. Now I can start picking up the pace, I feel, because we waited and waited and waited. Finally, on the 22nd of May, we received the first update of the year, Builder Base. Now, as massive as Builder Base was at the time, you could upgrade to Builder Hall 5 and they'd already basically worked Builder Hall 6, 7, and 8. I wish they hadn't, because it would have allowed them to analyze the first release of Builder Base. After its release in May, we seen Builder Hall 6 in June, Builder Hall 7 in September, so they were pumping out the Builder Base levels. And for me, what I loved the most about the Builder Base is that it was a very small village. Reminded you of starting Clash of Clans, but it quickly escalated to essentially be a second version of the village. I know they have plans to improve it nowadays, but let's see what they come up with. Also, just want to throw in there, you might remember the Builder Hall 6 tournament. This was one that I also got to participate in the official live stream. I actually came 4th within that, losing out to my good friend Itsu in the semi-finals, but a fun time either way. In August of 2017 also marked Clash's 5th anniversary. Who remembers this? In my opinion, it was one of the best events we have ever had in Clash of Clans. The builder quit. He left the village. Multiple troops had to step in order to upgrade your buildings, and we also received limited edition traps, troops, items. It was an entire month of fun within Clash of Clans. Wrapping up 2017, arguably a better update in my opinion, the clan games were first introduced. 2018, the first main change or update was in March with Builder Hall 8. Then in April, they had a mini update to celebrate 4 years of Clan Wars. This was the introduction of Clan War tools, such as being able to call a base and add notes to a base. But remember when Town Hall 11 was released, back in December of 2015. We were 2.5 years down the line before another Town Hall was released. The game was kind of getting a little bit stale, and that's where I think a lot of people were leaving Clash of Clans. But Town Hall 12 was introduced in June of 2018. It really kickstarted the game again, in my opinion, with the release of the Electro Dragons, Siege Machines, groundbreaking changes to the game, which I take my hat off to the team. They really needed to pull it out of the bag there, and I feel they did. I also think this is why, on reflection, they're now aiming for an 18-month-ish guideline in between each Town Hall level. 2018 continued with the massive updates though. In October, Clan War Leagues were introduced, and in my opinion, this was one of the best updates in Clash of Clans. Whilst Clan Wars was a little bit more revolutionary, this took it so much further. It was so much more engaging, battling multiple clans, and at the time, it wasn't confusing for people. It operated very similar to Clan Wars, so they could dive right in and enjoy it. With the introduction of Clan War Leagues as well, by the way, this is when Clash of Clans announced the World Championship, because now Clash could find who was the strongest clan in the world.
Nova Esports are your Clash of Clans World Champions!
You know that I love esports. I'm involved with the official casting. What a pleasure and a fantastic experience that has been, and I love to see the progress that we're making year on year in the esports world. Also, this was the last time we ever received any new Goblin maps. Still though, there was time for one more huge update in 2018, and this introduced the Ice Golem, the Bat Spell, and the Stone Slammer. Prior to that, it was literally just the Wall Wrecker and the Battle Blimp. This was also when they allowed us to switch Siege Machines and the Grand Warden between ground and air when you actually enter an attack. Prior to that, if your Grand Warden was on ground, you were stuck. 2019, I am sure more and more of you started playing Clash of Clans as the years are going on, hence I'm trying to pick up the pace, but also give you those little nuggets and share my experience along the way. First couple of months, we had some balance changes, things like that. Haven't really mentioned those in this video since I don't really class those as updates, but in April, we first had season challenges introduced and the very first hero skin in that of the Gladiator King. I love the season season challenges. Of all of the events in Clash of Clans, I think it's one of the best integrated because you can complete it with just regular clashing as well. But Builder Hall 9 was then introduced in June 2019. A little bit of extra time in between Builder Hall 8 and 9, as I referenced earlier. I kind of wish they had that time frame in between the different ones so that they could better analyze the feedback from us players, but live and learn, I guess. That also means it has been over 3 years since we had any builder-based content. Yes, they've made little tweaks to it, but no major content added. Alongside Builder Hall 9, though, we had the introduction of the new Legends League system, which I think is a massive success. Operation Blue Skies, they called it at the time, because people would sit in the clouds for hours. It was painful pushing up to Legends League prior to this update, so they removed the clouds with this, and I think the new system is fantastic. It really allows for people to be competitive, and you don't have to worry about losing your loot up there either, so when you do start getting to a higher level, it can be the best place to farm so long as you can get your 8 attacks in per day. We also had the practice levels added at this time, and also the ability to copy base layouts, so a pretty big update, to be honest with you. I'm sure a lot of you are the same as me, but I don't build bases, I just copy the layout. Prior to this, building a base based off a picture, my base would be the same for months and months and months. In October, we actually had the removal of global chat and the introduction of the recruitment tool, but even that I don't think was a huge update. The next one was December 2019, Town Hall 13. I'll be honest, I think this is the best Town Hall that we've had added for quite some time. The Royal Champion in that of the Hero, I think, has a better ability than the Grand Warden, although Grand Warden is pretty important, let's be honest. But we also had the new Troop, Siege Machine. The Scatter Shot was such a pivotal defense. With any new Town Hall level, I like to see major changes, something that really is groundbreaking for the game at that time, and I feel they did such an excellent job at Town Hall 13. 2020 started with the standard balance changes, bug fixes, but April of 2020, Super Troops were first introduced to the game with the idea of being able to release troops a little bit faster. Now, that did happen at the time. Arguably, it's slowed down a little bit now, but I like Super Troops. I think they're such a cool introduction to the game. I wish that I could cancel them and rotate them out. You know how I feel about that. I wish we just had a little bit more control rather than being locked in for the 3 days, but at least it's not like 7 days when they were first introduced. This was also, in case you're wondering, the last time they really made significant changes to the builder base, where they removed the training time of troops.
There is no troop cook time in the builder's base.
Swiftly moving along though, in June, the Headhunter was added, one of my favorite troops, in order to snipe off the enemy heroes alongside the Super Witch and Inferno Dragon. In between this update and the next one, we got something pretty cool in that of a new troop just randomly dropped into the game. No sneak peeks, no nothing. On August 1st, when you loaded Clash of Clans, the Super Archer was just there. It wasn't part of an update, it was just added. I wish they did stuff like that more often, because the next update in October was the Super Minion and the Super Valkyrie, but that was the update. Wrapping up 2020 in December, we received the Invisibility Spell, the Super Wizard, Ice Hound, and the Log Launcher. It's so cool when so much new stuff is added, and the Invisibility Spell, for me, is my personal favorite spell because you can do multiple things with it. Not only can you turn your troops invisible, you can turn the buildings invisible as well, and for that reason, it's just unique, and I always like things that are a little bit different. 2021 started with standard changes for January, but then in April, almost 18 months ago, Town Hall 14 with battle builders and hero pets. Again, in my opinion, not as groundbreaking as Town Hall 13, but I'm always up for a new Town Hall level. I love pushing to that end point and always enjoying the maximum amount of content that I can. Moving to the summer update, this is when we received the Dragon Rider and the Rocket Balloon. Whilst there was just 2 new troops, I personally loved both of them. The rocket balloon is so cool to just snipe off those defenses, and the Dragon Rider is such a fun and casual troop to use. Very easy to understand, very powerful. Honestly, I loved that update. September of 2021, this is where updates were slowing down because we knew Clash of Clans were working on something big, which was then released in 2022 as it happens. But 2021 in October, we received the Super Bowler and new troop and defense levels. That's how we knew they were working towards a bigger update. However, once the team realized the update was not going to be ready for the end of 2021, that is when they changed their plan so that we had something new in the game, and they introduced the Flame Flinger and the Super Dragon. 2022, the first real addition was the Hero Extra Life in February. Whilst this is a small addition, it's very impactful, and I feel that's been the case for a couple of updates this year. Now we can do 2 back-to-back attacks. Whether you log in right at the end of Clan War, you don't have to gem your heroes, whether you just want to do 2 legend attacks, or mix and match, bit of both. It's a nice addition. But we were waiting of the huge update. Were you one of my subscribers that subscribed during this update? You smashed it, by the way. But the Clan Capital was released in May. I know the team have big plans for it. Again, my interview with Darian, he said they've got a lot of things planned, hinted towards the clan houses in the Capital Peak, and you can see why this took them a long time to integrate. There's so many different villages. I can't wait until it expands. Right now, I feel like the raid weekend is the only reason I go there, but even still, the raid weekend is super fun, and the raid medals, not only can I fill my clan castle troops, which is super convenient, but you get some pretty nice rewards, particularly in my lower accounts. The Dark Elixir, very helpful. The most recent update, June 2022, even more impactful changes, removal of troop cost. It's funny to see some of the changes the team are making, given that it has been there for 10 years. Which ones have been your favorite updates? Let me know. Happy 10th Clashiversary. Subscribe so you don't miss any of the content coming up. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love this one. Have a good day.